Hey everybody, it is MadLetter53 here, and I want to thank everybody who tunes in, not just live, but anybody who takes the time to watch us afterwards. If you want to watch the original video without commentary, you can go to the playlist WWE 2K17, go to Universe Mode, Season 2, Episode 26. You can find it around the 1 hour, 20-minute mark. And that's if you want to watch it without this overlay commentary. So let's get into it. It is Kurt Angle versus Kevin Draco. This was requested by somebody else, one of my other subscribers. If you have a match that you'd like me to rewatch or take a look back, feel free to put it in the comments under one of these rewind videos, and I'll take a look back on it. Most of these I have not watched back, like this one. I have not watched it back since it happened in early 2017. So I'm excited to rewatch this and take a look back on it. I think this is in the middle of the loading screen, but this is a match that I apologize, I don't remember much. So at the time, it was the NXT Television Championship. That was the minor title. It was not the North American Championship, simply because it did not exist in real life yet. So I had found my own custom title on Community Creations. The guy who made it did an amazing job with the belt. And I was reintroducing Kurt Angle because he was coming into the next game. So I wanted to reintroduce Angle through NXT just for the heck of it. Plus, NXT lacked a lot of depth, so mostly because I flushed everybody out early when I think about it. Everybody who came in kind of already went up, and Draco debuted, I think, the NXT before or the NXT before that. And the decision to try to Draco's character kind of became the main focus of NXT. Since his debut and start, I put him in the match. He qualified for this match, and I wanted to build him up. And I think I had him originally losing this. I can't remember. It's been so long. But I wanted to put this guy in the spotlight immediately. And another thing was, the creator of them, we were talking. We reached the decision that we wanted to bring him in as a heel. Which, for anybody that does not know wrestling terms, that would be a villain. And ultimately, this match made people cheer for him. You could not ask people to hate him after this match. Kurt Angle making his way to the ring with that championship, and it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful looking belt. Guy who made it, props to you, man. You did a great job. I like this Kurt Angle. I liked the moveset. I liked how we built him up. I think he won the Rumble this in Season 2. Yeah, he did. Because he went up against Owens and Galerto at WrestleMania. But this ultimately was the starting point for Draco. And this is kind of what gave birth to the All-Star of NXT moniker that we gave him. I apologize that I can't offer too much backstory or behind the scenes insight. It's been almost 3.5 years, so if I just seem lacking, I don't know how to best phrase that sentence, because I already committed to it. That was a train wreck. I think one of the biggest things, though, is trying to make stars in NXT, and it's not easy. And I think this was evidence of things magic can happen in the ring, and sometimes you get some gems that you didn't expect. And it changed our how we wrote Draco, and from then on, I didn't turn him heel. He hadn't really done any heelish things, but we brought in his character with an edge. It's also a 15-minute Iron Man match. I'm gonna move that down so you guys can see the score. I'll do that. Alright, Angle's starting off with control here. So another thing, I mentioned this at the start, I have not rewatched this. To my memory, I have not rewatched this. Ooh. Wow. Alright, so I think I'm playing as Angle. I was not paying attention at the start. Yeah, I'm playing as Angle. I was just taking a gamble with the Iron Man match. I thought it would be a cool stipulation to add. Thought it'd be fun. And I apologize in these videos that I'm so quiet. Because how my computer's set up and everything, it's not picking it up great, and all that noise that you hear with it, that's the sound of the fan going. Not the not the fan per se, but the fan within the computer. I don't know what else to call it, but that's the background noise that's being played with it. But yeah, this match ultimately catapulted Draco, and he was a star when NXT desperately needed one because of this. Oh, I'm trying to work the legs. It's a good move. Oh, he's going top. Ooh. Oh, crack to the gut. Ooh, counter. Notice that I've kind of been controlling the match this whole time. Drake countered me though. Suplex, yeah. It's crazy is looking at Draco's attire and how it's evolved. Oh my gosh, he did this spine buster. That's craziness. Oh my gosh, he had the spine buster as a signature. That's wild. That's really crazy to think about. Belly to belly, yeah. I'm so shocked. Yeah, Draco's attire. I've certainly tried to make strides to improve it. And of course, I also think what's interesting is his hair isn't like yellow in this. It's still like bleached, but it's not like really, really, really yellow. Whereas in 2K18, it was yellow, and we slowly evolved it away from that. Right here, it just looks blonde. I do love how we slowly evolved it and changed it, like made it seem like it was at least like the dye was getting out. And just the blue, just the solid blue and yellow color palette. The basic tights. I think that's crazy to think about. How much we changed the character. Oh, the taunting's gonna get you. Ooh. Oh, he's looking to put him away. Here it comes. Angle slam. Got him. Go. 1, 2. Ooh. Ooh. All I remember from this match is the finish. For me, that was amazing. Oh, he's gonna go for the figure 4. No, never mind. What is this? Oh, that looks so cool. What move is that? Ooh, he's working out of it. That's cool. That was cool. I wish I knew what that move was. That looked great. Angle counters. Slams him. Yeah. Shots to the face. Yeah. Hmm. Wow. Cover again. Definitely trying to work the ligaments, work a slower pace match. I mean, when you have this time block, you don't want to, and that's a big thing. You don't want to overuse certain moves. So you want to change things up. You want to try different things because you're trying to cram it all in a time block. So, oh my gosh, he did the Samoan powerbomb. I think I eat the pin here. No, I don't. Holy cow. Was it 1-0 for the ending? Wow, I can't remember the score. Yeah, I got out of this. 8 minutes. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time to try to think on. That's definitely the thing with Iron Man matches. You're trying to think how you can keep it interesting and engaging, or to build suspense. So for me, it was real hit or miss. Sometimes you'll get a pretty good match. Other times you won't. I think my only regret is not trying to do a 30-minute Iron Man match. 2, 3. Oh, I cannot believe I kicked out of that. Cannot believe I got out of that. But yeah, certainly I think one of the big things was whenever it came to an Iron. Yeah, I wish I did a 30-minute at least once. Probably should have done it at Mania this past season. Or at season 7. It's class bar. Angles going up. All the catch. Ah, super kick on the jaw. Beautifully done. That's what's crazy. There's still 7 minutes left. Kick out. I think it's weird when you look at the time limit because typically you don't worry about the time limit. When you're in the regular matches, you kind of just go through it unless you know the match is really dragging out. Wow. If you know that the match is dragging or it's not, or it's taking forever, you kind of get that impression. Oh, the ankle lock. Or sorry, the ankle lock. Gosh, I love that animation. Just fighting out of it. 2K17 was pretty clean in certain spots. I wish it had a bigger roster. Although I don't miss the graphics. Holy cow, he kicked out. But yeah, in typically an Iron Man match, you want to try to figure out how you're gonna, what the score is gonna be, what you want to try to do, and some of it's a lot of improv based upon what happens in the match. The idea is, unless you want to have it as a squash, you don't want to, you don't want to overrun the score. So, got to figure out who's getting what falls, how are they gonna do it, etc. Oh, that was the fall. What? Alrighty then. Oh, and then the Spine Buster, is he gonna get the fall right back? I think so. Yeah, there you go, tied up. Wow, that was quick. Oh, and then the ankle slam, that was awesome. Because then Ankle could say, well, you know, I just wanted to get you off guard like that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's good. That's good. Typically, that's kind of how we'd go, or how I would pull it. Like, if there was a fall, I would try to get something to happen. That was a cool counter. I would try to get a fall immediately after, or a big move, because then it would be a little bit of a shock. But if you do it too many times, people will expect it. That was, I think, the difficult thing for me was trying not to have the over tendencies. Ooh, that was good. Insecurity. I loved the Iron Man match. I had a few really good ones. Draco had a few good ones with Drew McIntyre, Kurt Angle here. Yeah, it's a real hit or miss with Iron Man matches. Same thing with the big stipulation, all the big stipulation matches. You kind of have to be careful. Oh, that was a wicked DDT. It's called Whiplash. Oh, here we go. Another super kick. Yes, sir. Punched his ticket to heaven. Cover. 3 minutes left. Still a good amount of time. Ooh, good counter. Yeah, so around this point, you kind of want to look at the clock and figure out if you're running the match and figure out what you're gonna do as a potential finish. So you lock it in. Draco's getting worn down. You're trying to make him tap. And remember, if it was a draw, Kurt Angle would remain the champion. That's the big rule in an Iron Man match. Champion's advantage. We've had a few duds where they're not great, or it ends in a draw. But well, like I said, I wish I did a 30-minute. Just to give it a shot. Oh, Draco using the ropes, the heel tactics. Now, once again, there's no chat here, so at least in the original video. Ooh, Blue Thunder Bomb. So it's difficult to figure out what everyone was like. And another thing is, I don't remember. Because like I said, I never went back and watched this. What a submission to. Oh, I tapped from this. Yeah. 1 minute 15 left. So Draco has the advantage. Kurt Angle has to tie it if he wants to retain. 1 minute left. It's coming down to the wire. Oh, Draco steps up and it was countered. His finisher was countered. 48. Yeah, I don't remember how everybody was. Know that I wanted a quick DDT, I didn't want to go through the whole motion. And then here comes the iconic moment. At least in Universe Mode standards. Just gonna let this scene roll. Yeah, and Draco hung on for the final 25 seconds to win his first championship on his only his second match in Universe Mode history. It was fun. I think the moments in the match is the iconic part. I still think this was a pretty good match all in all. Like you had a lot of attempted finishers or big moments that were countered. A few cool counters, animations. All in all, I think it's one of the best Iron Man matches in Universe Mode. Once again, I wish I did a 30-minute, but yeah, that moment there, all I remember was people just cheered Draco for hanging on. I think, if I remember correctly, people wanted or were saying in the comments like "Don't tap, don't tap, don't tap," and in that moment, it was awesome. This helped catapult Draco into the stratosphere in NXT. This is how he started his rise to become the All-Star of NXT. It propelled him forward to being this big guy in a small pond. Because, like I said, there wasn't much talent in NXT at the time. Because all the original guys debuted, left, whatever the case may be. So Draco very much became the stable of the of NXT. Like if you watched, you typically came to watch Draco fight, and he then went on to have the feud with Samoa Joe, win the NXT Championship, retake the television title, and then eventually would go on to the main roster in Season 3 where he would win the WWE Championship. I think. Yeah. No, not yet. No, because he got hurt in Season 3. He was out for a while. Season 4 was when he won the belt. Yeah, this was during the period where he'd get injured a lot. But yeah, the original concept was that he would come in as a heel, and this moment here prevented just the idea that Angle was the champion, and Draco's struggling to hang on. Just the visual, because if he taps, Angle retains by a draw. But if Draco doesn't tap, then he wins his first championship. So it's one of those things where it was a cool moment. It's a unique way for somebody to have a big match. Because it wasn't his debut, it was his second fight, I believe. And to win your first fight, go up against that, there's a lot of expectations. There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of optimism. And that goes without, or that can be applied to real life in terms of wrestling. I'm pretty sure a lot of people want the debut big pay-per-view show to go really well for a person debuting or starting out. You typically don't want them to suck. Yeah, you want them to do great. You want them to show people something or create a lasting memory that can win them over. And I think that this was one of the best ways to have your first takeover. To have a moment like that. To have a memorable moment for people. And then to be known for that. And to have people rally behind you for that. I think was very good, and there was no turning back. It felt like it would be a betrayal to turn him heel after that. I certainly could have, but I don't know. Ever since that, it was like I can't do that to him. His character's too beloved, and he wasn't over pushed. He wasn't overdone. He was kept on the sidelines due to injuries, etc., etc., etc. And what's shocking is, despite being in season 7, or like wrapping up season 7, it's still hard to believe that he started in season 2, because his character still feels rather young in retrospect, and that's a good thing. If you can make the character still feel young and fresh and exciting, then you can potentially push him and keep him around a lot longer, because he has this. He has the ability to keep going and winning championships. That's the big thing, because you don't want to overuse him, and if you don't overuse him, then you can keep him around and keep utilizing him. So he's a good character to have. But yeah, that's gonna do it. If anybody else has any more rewinds, feel free to let me know. It'd be much appreciated. I'd love to check out some more. So Panda, if you have another, the King, if you have another, as well as Alex or anybody else, I might do one. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you choose. But most importantly, as always, suit up, Mad Army. I will